Here it is, ding dong. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here it is, ding dong. Here I am. And by the way, it is baking hot in the United Kingdom at the moment. It's a Fulani Herdsmen weather, sort of a killer weather that we're having in the United Kingdom. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here I am. Hope you're there. The session commences. Your company required. That thing that happens oftentimes twice a day, happening twice a day today. If you're available, avail yourself of what is going on here. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Another Savior. Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior. Another Savior. Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 holy. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwana mnoa. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 holy. Mandekano is another Savior. Gonna sing along, holy, 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 holy. Mandekano is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Getting moving right and getting moving faster now. Holy, 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 holy. Is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting moving right and getting moving faster. Yeah, for freedom. Is another Savior. Yeah, for freedom. Holy, 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 holy. Nandekana is another Savior.
And there it is right there. Nnamdi Kanu is another savior, insists the people of the East. So Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Let me take this thing off. I don't know, man. I think it's the heat haze that is making the camera look somewhat funny. So I'll just go straight to the reading of the talking points. So just straight to it, no dilly-dallying. Fulani Herdsmen sends strong message to Atiku Tinubu Peter Obi ahead of 2023 elections. So let's now hear what the killer headsmen have to say. The Kulen Allah Cattle Bearers Association of Nigeria. So this one is different from the one we know. Kakran has tasked the presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC Bola Tinubu, People's Democratic Party PDP presidential flag bearer Atiku Abubakar, Labour Party candidate Peter Obi, and other presidents. So you note that they've not mentioned Kwakwanso. So to their understanding, the president is coming from one of those three. The Kulan Allah Cattle Bearers Association of Nigeria has tasked the presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC Bola Tinubu, People's Democratic Party PDP presidential flag bearer Atiku Abubakar, Labour Party LP candidate Peter Obi, and other political parties candidates ahead of the anticipated 2023 general elections. The national president of the Fulani Socio-Cultural Group, Honorable Khalil Mohammed Bello, who gave the charge in a statement issued on Tuesday, said that all presidential candidates across political parties must fully incorporate livestock development in their policies and programs or risk losing their block votes in the election. The association observed with dismay that despite herders' numerous contributions to the nation's economic development and provision of nutritional food to Nigerians, they were also ignored when it came to policy and program formulations. Speaking further, the national president warned politicians not to underestimate the power of the herders when it comes to voting. He said, most politicians, with the exception of very few states, are neither mindful nor concerned with the vital role played by the livestock sector towards creating millions of job opportunities for our youths and people whose livelihood fully depend on the pastoral occupation. Karan noticed that it is only through the creation of the Federal Ministry of Animal Resources. Karen noticed that it is only through the creation of the Federal Ministry of Animal Resources that herders' problems and daily pressing needs related to water points or animal feed during the dry period will be adequately taken care of. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development is fully charged with numerous responsibilities that cannot allow it to fully incorporate livestock development in its yearly or daily programs, hence necessitating our appeal for the creation of a special ministry for animal resources. Most of the money given to the said ministry is always spent on the development of arable farming to the detriment of fisheries and livestock sectors. We want our politicians to note that we have millions of herders who have their PVCs at hand and are ready to cast them to candidates of their choice, more especially the ones who they noticed care about their interest and general survival. Karan also wants to draw the attention of our presidential and gubernatorial candidates that pastoralist block votes, especially in the northern part of this country or at a highly competitive presidential level, will help one to clinch power. We Karan members always cast our votes en bloc, and I want people to note this. So all of that is said, but especially this sentence, we Karan members always cast our vote en bloc. So that is to say they cast their vote en masse. So the leadership of that organization decides who they are going to vote for, and then they instruct their membership to vote in that direction. Their membership, 1,000, 10,000, a million, 2 million, however many, the decisions made by that group, that clique of our leaders, which may well be just 3 to 5 people, the decisions made by those 3 to 5 people will essentially carry that at 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, 2 million votes in the direction of a particular candidate. And this is what we say when people are saying, this is what happens in the North. They vote en masse and they vote to instructions. I have always said that, and they are now telling you. We Karan members always cast our votes en bloc because we normally don't want to divide our votes, but always put them based on the person or party we strongly believe will fully consider us in policy formulations and implementations, he maintained. So there it is right there. The Fulani Herdsmen strikes back, and the Fulani Herdsmen insist that he is going to decide who the next Nigerian president will be. So we are coming to the tail end of that Muslim ticket, and what will especially douse that tension, the tense atmosphere in that space, what will douse it, one, and also pivot it in another direction too, is just one voice and one man, and that guy is the redeemed overseer E.A. Adeboye. So this is the politics that Tinubu plays. Tinubu plays politics of block vote leadership. So people that he knows control a mass, he will go and speak to those people, and if he manages to convince those people, then he gets the block of that vote. So it is that strategy now that Tinubu is taking to his Muslim palaver. 2023 presidency, Tinubu Pastor Adeboye reportedly meet over Muslim tickets. So here it is. I wonder what facilitation Oshibanjo had in this. The All Progressives APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu met with the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, Pastor Enoch Adeboye. Tinubu's meeting with Adeboye was said to have been centered around his decision to settle for a Muslim ticket. Correspondents report that Tinubu's meeting with Adeboye was held on Sunday at the Redemption Camp. In the meeting was Tinubu's wife, Senator Oluremi, who is a deputy pastor with RCCG, alongside others. He met Adeboye on Sunday. He met Adeboye on Sunday. The meeting was very fruitful. Adeboye is not against Muslim ticket, a source told correspondents. However, efforts by correspondents to confirm the meeting from Tinubu's media aide, Tunde Rahman, failed as he did not respond to a text message sent to him. Meanwhile, Tinubu had settled for a northern Muslim against the clamor of several Nigerians. While some political stakeholders were agitating for a Christian, the APC presidential candidate settled for Borno Senator Kashim Shettima. So if Adeboye endorses it, then that is the end of all of that. Aregbesola Oyetola used Osun money to pay debt owed Lagos godfather, governor-elect Adeleke. Governor-elect of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, says former Governor Rauf Aregbesola and incumbent Governor Gboyega Oyetola were unable to pay civil servant salaries and pensions because they used the state resources to service personal debts. Why the Oyetola Aregbesola administration cannot pay them is because a lot of our money is going outside. A lot of our money is taken to Lagos or somewhere. The problem of when someone wants to run, they will go and borrow something, or you have one godfather who you are borrowing money from. And at the end of the day, you will be paying debt. You will not be able to do anything, Mr. Adeleke said. The governor-elected disclosed this in an interview with Channels TV on Monday night, a day after he was declared winner of the July 16 Osun governorship election. He was responding to the question of how he intends to offset the backlog of pensions and salaries his administration was set to inherit from successive governments. Mr. Aregbesola, a political protege of former Lagos State Governor Bola Tinubu, governed Osun State from 2010 to 2018. He was succeeded by Mr. Oyetola, a cousin to Mr. Tinubu. Mr. Adeleke emerged winner of Osun's governorship election, polling and then they go on to give us the election result. So there it is right there. So the monies belonging to Osun State is being passed on to the Jagaban. Bandits attack ex-governor's family. Bala Mohammed tells residents to defend themselves. So it's now the Wild West in Nigeria. That is just what it is now. Governor Bala Mohammed on Monday says his government is battle ready to confront. Governor Bala Mohammed on Monday says his government is battle ready to confront bandits in Bauchi. Mr. Mohammed stated this when he paid a condolence visit to the family of ex-governor Ahmed Mauzu in Boto Village, Tafawa Balewa local government area. Some family members of the former governor were recently kidnapped, with a 25-year-old man killed. we are going to take stringent measures. Some of those measures that are outside the security rules or of engagement, some of those measures that are outside the security rules of engagement, we are going to use vigilante and community relations because this is the house of a former governor, and those people who came, the hoodlums and the charlatans, they came to insult us, stressed the Bauchi governor. He added, it is a big affront and we want to take it as such. We will not sleep until we get them. We will not sleep until we protect our leaders because we have been exposed to the vagaries of expectations. This is a pure village settlement. It is not his fault that his relations are here. And certainly we have to protect everyone. And we know that they have informants. But our security agencies are working very hard to make sure they protect us and apprehend them. The governor urged the heads, village heads, and local government executives to share information to prevent crimes. Please don't sleep because nobody will do that for you. You have to protect yourself. You have to stand up and protect yourself. They cannot overcome us, but we have to overcome them, Mr. Mohammed said. We know their roots. They are coming from Plateau State through Kogwi to Kadam and Lere and so on. Inshallah, when we know their roots and with technology, we are going to get them. The governor declared, we are going to be very daring against them. Police Commissioner Umar Sandar assured that the command's operatives are on top of the situation and will soon apprehend the bandits. So we've had that assurance how many times now? So now this is now the final readout, 2023. Kwakwanso only threat to PDP, not Tinubu, Atiku's ally. So they've categorically dismissed Tinubu now, I suspect, of the back of Osun State, and their only focus now is Kwakwanso, not even Peter Obi. Ahead of the 2023 why do I keep saying that? Ahead of the 2023 election, Reno Omokri, a social political activist, has declared that Bola Tinubu, the All Progressives Congress APC presidential candidate, is not a threat to the People's Democratic Party. Let me do that all over again. Ahead of the 2023 election, Reno Omokri, a social political activist, has declared that Bola Tinubu, the All Progressives Congress APC presidential candidate, is not a threat to the People's Democratic Party PDP. Omokri said that the only threat to PDP's victory in 2023 is Rabiu Kwakwanso of the New Nigeria People's Party NMPP and not Tinubu. In a tweet, Omokri, who is an ally of PDP's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, noted that Tinubu, who could not ensure APC's victory in Osun State, could not pose a threat to PDP. Let's take that again. In a tweet, Omokri, who is an ally to PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, noted that Tinubu, who could not ensure APC's victory in Osun State, can't pose a threat to PDP's victory. The only threat to PDP is Kwakwanso. Tinubu is going nowhere. A known drug lord who can't win his home state can't win the whole slate. As for the other deluded fellow, in 8 months' time, he will wake up from his dream and realize it was a nightmare, he tweeted. So I wonder who the other deluded fellow is. We all know APC had failed to retain power in Osun State. During the just concluded governorship election in Osun State, PDP's Ademola Adeleke defeated the outgoing governor, Boyega Oyetola of APC. So there it is right there. And there it is right there. And here they are right here. Baba Akure, I see you. Thomas, I see you. Ajan Lekoko, I see you. Brownberry, I see you. And Saki, Father, I see you. So good to have you all, gentlemen. So in this sweltering heat that we are having in the UK. So let me kick it off with Ajale Koko if it's ready, and if it's not ready, then I go to Brown Berry. So Ajale Koko, are you ready to go?
Yeah, what's going on, one man?
All right, brilliant. Good to have you, Ajale Koko, as always. So let me kick you off with it then. Meiti Allah, or whatever it is, the cattle herders, the herdsmen, they've made their demand of the incoming whoever he is, and they are insisting that they have to be at the top of the agenda, whoever the incoming is, otherwise he pays a heavy price. So the price they demanded by the Fulani Herdsmen. Well, what says you?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to our listeners around the world, wherever you are. Let me urge you, as you are listening, to please click on the like button, share us, and subscribe as you are joining the platform. Let me tell you, one man, those people are good political player. That group of people, they are good political player. And when they say something, just believe them. They don't joke. They believe in promoting and defending their interests. They are strong across the country. I think they are the same as Miyati Allah, isn't it?
Yeah, they are an offshoot. They are part of the same
Yeah.
families, the same family. Yeah.
So they are strong political player, and they vote in block. They have large membership across the country, and whoever they want to vote for, that is the person they will give their vote to across the country. And they have supported several governors, president in the past, and the current president. So they know what to do and who to vote for. Goodluck Jonathan is a patron. Is one of their patrons. Buhari is one of their patrons. And so they have several governors in different states across the country that are their patrons. So they are political shakers. So just believe what they say. If they say they want to support one candidate overwhelmingly, let's say 90% of their members will vote for that person, because they strike deal. They are after the promotion and and defense of their interests. And what is their interest? Their business interests. That cattle business, you are seeing that a lot of us look as if it's a useless people doing it. That's a multi-billion-dollar business right there. Don't let even say, let's say naira. Don't let me say.
No, you are right to say it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, because these people, they command herds of cattle between 70 to 100 million. And that's some people will even agree that a lot more. And if you are thinking it's approximately about 250 to 350,000 a head, then you are talking about vast fortunes.
So their economy within an economy. Their sector is a sector that we all patronize. Who in Nigeria doesn't eat meat? And let me tell you, majority, or let me say larger percentage of their business thrive in the Southwest. Who in that part of the country that celebrate or do Owambe party? We do naming ceremony, burial ceremony, remembrance for somebody that have died that died like 50 years ago. All sort of ceremony in the Southwest. So it's a big business in that country. So when they are talking, politicians listen. Politicians listen to them. They don't joke with them because they don't only put their weight behind whoever they want to vote. They want to vote for. They donate money. They support that candidate with money. And that is why you will see politicians across the country always protect these people. They will always protect them. And anytime their interest is in jeopardy, anytime they are facing any problem, you will see governor will quickly run there and make sure that, they guarantee peace right there. They settle whatever is going on so that it won't escalate. Because they put in money behind the politicians, they support them fully, and they are well committed into everything that they put their weight behind. They are well committed to it. They don't shake. So I believe them, and I believe that all the politicians too, the presidential candidate, do their word for play. I believe they take serious politicians like Atiku Abubakar, Tinubu, Kwankwaso as well. I know that they know the significant role those people play in the politics of that country, and I believe they'll be lobbying them as well. They'll be lobbying them for their support. So they are a strong political player in that country. Serious politicians, they don't play with them. They take them serious, and they always lobby for their support as well.
All right, thank you. So, Ajanle Koko, a clever move by Tinubu. So, take the head off. There's a saying. It says, take the head off, and the body will follow. Maybe that doesn't even apply with a snake, because when you take a snake's head off, it still wriggles. But the general received wisdom is, take the head off, and the body will follow. So, take the head off, and the body will follow. Tinubu has gone to meet with Pastor Adeboye at his own home base at the Redemption Camp in Lagos Ibadan Expressway to say, Daddy, please end this noise about this Christian, Muslim ticket. And they are saying Adeboye is somewhat receptive to it. So when he sermonizes on Sunday to endorse Tinubu's ticket, fait accompli. End of the matter. Ajanle Koko.
Okay, before I say that, so on the herdsmen issue, I hope that Peter Obi and his vice can tap into those people as well, lobby them for their support, because they are strong political players. So Peter Obi
and that is where they should be playing their politics, by the way, Ajanle Koko. Not going around on Twitter trying to pick up the usual NSAS suspects. Go to the head of McBan and strike a deal with them and say, look, we will guarantee you this, that, and the other. We want this and that, the other for you. Please give us our vote. Give us your vote. So that's what they should be doing. Go to McBan and talk to them. Never mind
Yeah.
making noise and saying production consumption.
You know, those are the real voter. They are on the ground. They are everywhere. We vote. So Peter Obi and his vice president, I believe the vice president will be, if he's a real politician, he should be able to work on that and lobby them to, you know, an advance Peter Obi chance in this presidential bid as well. So it's an advice. It's an advice for them. They should take it. So on the issue of Baba Adeboye, look, one man. I don't think that Baba Adeboye haven't come out to declare his support for Tinubu. So Tinubu is playing his game. The way he should play it is trying to consult widely now with Christian leaders to let them know why he chose that guy, not for any other thing, but competence, I believe. I believe he's trying to market him to them to see him as a person that is capable for that position and not a religious bigot. He's trying to give them some assurances that it's not a religious bigot, it's not a tribal person. I think that is what he's trying to do. And it's the best action for him to take. Whether it is going to convince people, voters outside, that is another different game entirely. Nigerian people, particularly those that are educated, they will make up their mind on who they're going to vote for. Those that are not going to vote for APC on the basis of Muslim ticket, nobody can convince them to vote for APC. And I believe Baba Adeboye will never come out to say, I'm supporting Tinubu, or to say, don't worry, Muslim and Muslim, or these, it doesn't matter. I don't think he should come out and say that. And I don't want to see him
it
saying
doesn't
that.
necessarily have to come out and say that. Ajande Koko, it doesn't necessarily have to come out and say that, but it can't come out and say that the considerations that you should be having on who to pick should not be really based around religion, but based around who you think has the best capacity to evolve your circumstances in life. So he can wrap it around language. He is very clever at doing that. When he sermonizes on Sunday, he will address that matter. I'm pretty certain he will.
Well, I think, like you said, when Baba speak, I think he will speak wisely. He won't talk on the issue. I don't even want him to even discuss anything about politics.
But he has been,
Because,
you know, he set up a political structure in Redeem when he thought Oshibanjo was with a chance.
Okay, so if he set up political structure in Redeem, what is he trying to promote? Is it not
that was
Christian?
for Oshibanjo then? Yeah, but yeah. Oh yeah, go. Sorry.
Yeah. It's to promote Christians' involvement in politics, Christian participation in politics.
You're breaking off, Ajande Koko.
Particularly for Ojibajo candidacy. If I can, oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Can you hear me, one man?
Yes, we can now. Thumbs
Okay.
up. Yes.
So
yeah.
Okay. He set up. Oh, okay. So he set up that political department in the church. to promote, to encourage, and promote Christian participation in politics, right? So I don't think it's central or set up for Oshibajo cause alone. I think it's for the generality of Christians, particularly their members, redeemed members. So if you have done that, how would it come out now to say religious this thing does not matter? Religious, I mean, how do I put it?
You see, what Adeboye will have to balance is, you know, Adeboye is a Yoruba man. So what he wants to balance is, if he wants a Yoruba man in Aso Rock, if he feels that his own interest and the interest that he serves is better served to the Yoruba man or not. So will he be persuaded by the ethnicity? Will he be persuaded by the fact that Tinubu's wife is a pastor in his church? Will you be persuaded by Osibanjo if Osibanjo is minded to persuade him? And that political structure that he has set up to promote is to promote Christian interest. So that is not still out of tune. If he feels that Christian interest can still be protected, even under a Tinubu dispensation, then he can find the language to endorse him without overtly endorsing him.
Oh, yeah. Yes. But politics in Nigeria now is very, very toxic. He got to be very careful. He got to, you know, act wisely in order not to drag his name to the mud. Because people are charged up, badly charged up now. So Christians, some Christians that are not happy with Muslim ticket, even within his church, will be so disappointed in him. He just have to leave that nonsense alone and just urge Nigerians, go and vote for person of your choice. Just as simple as that. Never talk about it. You should never. Who is that? Yeah. Who is that?
No, sorry, carry on.
So you should not mention about Muslim. You should not mention about Christian. You should come out and tell Nigerians, our nation is in crisis. You must all stand up and vote for the best candidate of your choice to save this country. And simple as that. You should not mention about Muslim, Christian. You should just stay out of it. He doesn't want headache. He's an elderly man, and elderly people should speak wisely, and that is what is expected of him now. He should not mention about Muslim and Christian. He should be very, very diplomatic. That is what Baba needs to do. His wife is a member of Redeemed Christian Church of Christ. People that are going to vote for Tinubu on the basis of who Tinubu is, the way they look at him, the way they see him, they will vote for him. People that are not going to vote for him will not vote for him on the basis of what they believe they don't have to vote for him. So there's nothing that Baba is going to say that will make, that can sway people from one side to the other. Nothing.
You don't think he has that influence? You don't think he has that influence, Pastor Adeboye?
I believe he have that influence. The influence that he have now is, I mean, what I'm trying to say here is that the political situation in that country is so toxic now that any position he takes will be taken wrongly, will be perceived wrongly by some people. And that can drag his name to the mud. He doesn't need it. He should stay neutral, stay out of it, urge voters, urge church members save Nigeria, turn out in your thousand, go and vote for candidate of your choice, the person that you know can do the job better to save this country, go and do it. It should not mention religion. It should not mention any interest, period. Because people already made up their mind. A lot of members in the church are well educated. A lot of members are going to be influenced one way or the other by politicians in their various places where they live. A lot will be influenced by money. A lot will be influenced by their religious belief. A lot will be influenced by several things. So whatever Baba is going to say is not really going to matter much. But you know, if he take a controversial position, if he just drag his name to the mud unnecessarily, if he support Muslim and Muslim ticket, or you know, just urge people don't look at religion, vote for this thing, a lot of people will perceive it that, oh, he has declared support for Tinubu. Person like Baba Kure will be very mad at him. Baba Kure doesn't want Muslim. A lot of Christians doesn't want Muslim. So a lot of Muslim, even within his church. So they'll be so disappointed in him. Baba doesn't need that kind of nonsense. He should not allow politicians to use him. Politicians are crappy people that don't care. Baba should not fall into the trap. Baba should be wiser than them.
No,
and I think Baba is wiser is an elderly person.
I think he has to take a position, Ajanle Koko. He cannot not take a position. So he either takes the position that he will not accept Muslim, or he plays the elderly statesman to try and douse the tension in the polity. And I think he's going to take the position of an elderly statesman, because I believe that Adeboye is over and above, even somebody of his that spent his own life, dedicated his life to religion. I think he's primarily innately a Yoruba man first. And I think he'll go in that direction.
Yeah, you should take.
One more, can I come in, please?
Yeah.
Can I just add Ajele Koko, please excuse me, okay? Let me just add to what you're saying. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I've been having some busy. My son's birthday was yesterday, so I had to take some days off to help him and prepare for his birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much. This is the thing on this matter of Adeboye. One man, I would disagree with you.
Okay.
And the reason why I would disagree with you is this. It is better that he does not talk at all. Encourage everybody, like Ajele Koko said, go and vote for who you think will save this country. Also add you shouldn't take bribes. You should make sure you protect your votes. All those ingredients of having a successful voting day. That is what Adeboye should be preaching. I understand he's in between the deep blue sea, in between the shark and the deep blue sea. And on this case, he's even standing on a crocodile. So he should just, I would say, if you cannot support the Christian ticket, or if you cannot talk against the Muslim ticket, keep quiet. Because I promise you, this election that is coming people are going to lose numbers. Today, Portable is crying that they are threatening his life. 2023 is going to be different. Nigeria is on the brink. It's either we get it right in 2023 or we break up. It is going to be crazy. The dollar today is at 620. Before Buhari, I was listening to you guys yesterday when you were talking about the dollar. If the dollar, if we wanted to be sincere with ourselves, the dollar should be at about $1,000 naira to $1. What are we exporting? P2B said it. We export everything that we export is about I think it's other 30. Everything we export, including oil, is about $30 billion. We use something close to about $18 to $20 billion to spend a subsidy. So how? Look, 2023, Nigeria must decide. And if you do not want to be on the side of history, keep quiet.
But Nigeria deciding is subjective, isn't it? There are three front-running candidates: Atiku, Tinubu, and Peter Obi. And a lot of people will say that, myself included, will say that any of those three, they have the capacity to move Nigeria forward if they have the will to do so.
Any of those three is an upgrade from Buhari. Yeah. Any of those three is an upgrade, no doubt.
So long as we don't end up with Kwakwanso, which is not likely, then But it's now down to a matter of choice where you believe that Nigeria will be best served. So Nigeria will move forward under any of those three, but it's now down to people's personal beliefs on who they feel will best serve Nigeria. So that is where I think the conversation is.
Yeah, but my own thing is that on this case of Adeboye, it has nothing to do with where the people come from. It has something to do with religion. And he is a religious head. So if you are heading a congregation of Christians as big as Redeem, it means that those people out there trust in you, that you're not going to betray them. There is no reason under the sun that any Christian should be supporting a Muslim ticket in lieu of what is going on in Nigeria today. That is the problem. You cannot trust any of them. I was listening to Ajele Koko saying that I don't know the reason why they said they should talk to Magban and all that. Look, I don't know the reason why, but I think it's a wrong idea. If we are going to get it right in 2023, let's get it right. If people listen to every one of them and see how they spend money and see their messages.
You don't think that Peter Obi should speak to Magban?
For what?
To get the block vote. That is what?
What block vote? So when he gets into power, what will happen? They are the reason why Nigeria is where it is today. How can Peter Obi go and give me your vote? To me, that is hypocrisy.
Who is going to elect him into power, Joel? Who is going to elect Peter Obi into power?
You mean who's going to elect him into power? Yes. Let him go and talk to the Nigerian people. If the Nigerian people say, we do not want you, we want Tinubu, no problem. Or we want Atiku, no problem. But the thing there, what I will not take is seeing Peter Obi going to negotiate with a group, a terrorist group, that has terrorized almost every part of Nigeria. Every part of Nigeria. And they come out to say that they come out to own up to it. Instead of talking to them, they should be arrested.
Hold on, Joel.
Yeah.
You are getting it wrongly. What I said is that a lot of Nigerians doesn't know that group, there's legitimate one, there's illegitimate one. The other one that are supporting terrorists are not registered one. They are not.
Okay. So there are two Magban.
Joel, let me just add this. If Peter Obi doesn't go to speak to the spaces that command block votes, then he can continue to whistle in the wind. Let me give you this, Joel. We say often on this platform that the North, they vote in blocks and they vote to instructions, and they've confirmed this. It says we KACRAN, we KACRAN members, we cast our votes en bloc. We cast our votes en bloc. And that aligns with what we've always said on this platform, that the North, they vote to instruction and they vote in numbers. So they vote as a mass and they vote to instructions. So if you don't go and speak to the people that guide those votes, then you can continue to whistle in the wind. You know, I mean, this is real
No,
politics.
okay. Let me just cut in. I see where you're going. I see where you're going to.
No,
Look,
am I right doing what I'm saying? Am I right or wrong?
no, you
Okay.
are right. I will say yes and no. Yes, in the sense that if he is going to talk, as Angelico said, the registered members of MAGBAN, the ones that are doing their legitimate business. And when he's going to talk to them, there should be a caveat. If I get into power, we are going to rank you. You must be ranked. The issue of ranking and cattle grazing should not be an issue to be toyed with, because that is how all these things started. So if you're going to talk to MAGBAN, tell them we are going to give you support, better than what you even have now. And make sure that you are profitable. Give them the roadmap. Your cows won't be only used for pomo in the southwest. You can get more value from that leather, that pomo you are using to give to for Owambe, and you get better value for it via making it a leather.
I'm not sure that you are living in the reality of real politics.
No, what are you saying? What are you saying? We are talking about. We are talking
Peter Obi
about.
is the one begging. It's not MAGBAN that is begging. It's Peter Obi that is begging. Do you not understand?
I don't understand what you mean by Peter Obi is begging.
Peter
Begging for
Obi is
what?
begging them for their votes. They are not the one begging Peter Obi for anything.
That is what I'm saying. That
Peter Obi
if the
is begging them
MAGBAN,
for the
if the
fulfillment of
MAGBAN,
his ambition, and you are saying it should be going to them to make demands.
No. See. If you are going to meet the MAGBAN, I'm just telling you because I'm not a hypocrite. And I must tell you the issue of Nigeria, we have to start tackling it from the process that brought them into power. You might call it that this is politics. This is death trap. It is stupidity. It is so death trap. So what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. If he has to talk, he should talk to the registered MAGBAN, like Ajele Koko said, and he should lay out the plan. When I say that he should give them the roadmap is still something that will make them.
No, it's not going to give them anything, Joel.
No. You are going to sell.
No. They are going to negotiate to an agreement. He's not going there to lay down the law.
No. And that is what I'm trying to make you understand. This is what I'm trying to make you understand. That whatever the negotiation will be, safety of Nigerians has to be paramount.
Of course,
Safety of those boys. Can I finish?
Yeah.
Safety of those boys that lead those cows, because that is human rights abuse. Those people, those boys that you see them walking from Kanu to the east or walking from Kanu to the west, if you can walk from that place to the west, don't you think you are an animal yourself? That is my point. So you have to lay it down to them. If you are going to ranch them, you tell them the kind of facilities that will be around the ranching. You will tell them the kind of money they will make if their animals are where they are.
But they know this. They are sophisticated, educated people. They know this. Do you think they're just a bunch of illiterates? Do you think the guy running
No. This is the thing. I think that the Nigerian government over the years have been paying lip service to this issue. That is where I'm coming from. So if he is going there, he should go there and make them understand and give them a pathway or sell to them a pathway that they will know that, oh, if I'm making what I'm making now is 100,000. But if we follow this pathway, I can be making in the excess of 250,000, 350,000 without no stress. I think it should be the message that he should be telling to them, not going to tell them that, you know what, I need your vote. And they tell him, you know what, if you need our vote, you have to say allow cattle grazing. And he says yes. And he wins the vote. Man, I will not be proud of such government. I will not be part of that government. If that is what politics is all about, let it go to hell. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Joel. But the reality of it is just what we're talking about. But
one man.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I make a statement about Joel's reasoning on this matter?
Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah, Joel, you have to understand that MAGBAN's decision on who they vote for is based on their needs. So they will have a bullet point list of things that they want that furthers their business, that protects their interests, that guarantees their safety in Nigeria. Now, you're assuming that what they want is open grazing. They may not even want open grazing. They may want ranches established around the country. You never know what they want. But to one man's point, Peter Obi has to solicit votes. And he has to solicit votes from influential groups around the country. One of which happens to be MACBAN, right? Now, security is a totally separate issue. There can be zero negotiations when it comes to security. But as it relates to him being able to get votes from different parts of Nigeria, this is a particular group that historically presidents have supported and have gotten votes from. So it's not going to diminish Peter Obi's aura or his credibility if he has conversations with these people. If anything, it makes him seem more Nigerian because he's catering to everyone's interest around the country. He has to be a Nigerian president. He has to be. And MACBAN is a key Nigerian group.
And I am not doubting you. If you follow my message, I said, if part of the we were saying let's go talk to them, right? And I'm saying there's no problem talking to the registered group. But I know how this kind of negotiations can go. If open grazing, like we have it today, will be part of the agreement, and Peter B signs it so he becomes president, then I will support that. That is my own point. But what I'm just saying is, we are saying the same thing. Talk to them. I've never said not talk to any group. I can even, you have to go to secondary school. Go to secondary school, talk to them, let them talk to their parents. Talk to every group. I have no problem with that. But what kind of agreement are we getting from those discussions should be key. Because if you go into power and decide to do something else, you become an hypocrite. And they might not take it that way. It might cause another havoc. Or you now start saying, okay, you know what, let me relax. No,
you'll be surprised that Peter Obi's demands from the MACBAN, they will probably be very much aligned with what the MACBANs want themselves. They want education for their people. They want animal welfare for their stock. They want to improve the way their livestock is run. So they want all of these things. And you'll be surprised that when Peter Obi is speaking to them, they will not disagree on too many things.
Look, even if you have been listening to Peter Obi, he has talked about the cattle and their usage. What we can use it for.
He has to canvass votes, so he has to speak to people. He has to negotiate, and he has to, more importantly, compromise.
No, definitely.
You can't go and be laying down the law and banging table and making demands.
No. What I'm just saying is this. What I'm just saying is this, right, woman? What you just said right now, is that not what we've been wishing for those of the Amajuris? If that is what they want, they are bona fide Nigerians. They should be provided. They should help them provide those in those areas. I mean, there's no problem. What you have mentioned now is good. What I'm just saying is that if open grazing will be part of the agreement, damn it, don't do it. Because where are we going to? It means that we are not going. It's like we are stagnant. We are not making any movement. Instead of moving forward, we are even moving backward. Or we are stagnant. We cannot make any sense from that.
All right, brilliant. Well put. Always well put. So back to Ajan Lekoko. Round off your thoughts on the Pastor Adeboye space. And I want to then go on from you to Babakure. Back to you, Ajan Lekoko.
Hey, Jerry, let me tell you. Peter Obi is a politician. He knows what to do when it comes to negotiation for vote. And for those of you that are outside politics, that doesn't know how this thing plays, that are supporters, yes, the way you be looking at it is going to be different, completely different from the way politicians be looking at it. Politicians want to win election, and they will do everything to get that vote. They will compromise in some places in order to get the vote. Why is he visiting IBB? Why is he visiting Obasanjo? Because he's looking for their support to get the vote. Is IBB a person that should be visited? The man that, you know, by his action took this country to where we are today. The singular action of IBB, the annulment of June 12th election, brought this country to where we are today. Maybe Nigeria will have been one of the competitive countries in the world, a country that we can be proud of if he had allowed Abiola to rule, to govern. But look at what he did. We run into crisis. We have to fight. A lot of people were killed during that crisis of June 12th. A lot of Nigerians run away. A lot of, in the attempt to run away, died in the desert. A lot of things happened. So is that the kind of person that should be honored or be visited for anything? Why should be with him? He's compromising some things, looking for his support because he believes he still has some influence in that corrupt country. So that is the way politicians work. So saying Obi will dictate, Obi can never dictate to people that he wants their block millions of votes from. He can't dictate. They are the one that will dictate to him. If he cannot get it, another people are ready to agree with them.
Adane Koko, in an election that the winner will probably be decided in 6-figure votes, so there might not just be hundreds of thousands, maybe 600,000 to 800,000 that will decide the election. We're talking about a bloc that controls about 3 to 5 million voters, and you are going to make good to them and be making demands.
I'm making demands.
You go to them and beg.
I never said I never said that the demand should be made to them. I just said you just give them you tell them.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work.
So you just tell them to do what they're doing. Just do what they're doing.
It doesn't work like that.
Hold on now, Adele Koko. So we just tell them they should continue killing.
I have just told you. They are not the one that killed, the other one that killed. This organization condemned them several times. They came on the pages of newspaper, on television, open air, condemned them that they are not part of them. They are criminals.
So that's what I'm saying. Okay, this one.
They accuse those, they say they are criminals. You know, okay, they have cattle rustler. Those one are cattle rustler.
Adele Koko, let me ask you one question. Adele Koko, are you listening?
He is. Carry on.
Okay. So what I was trying to ask you is this, right? If these ones that he is talking to are the real ones, what do they even support? Do they even support the open grazing, or do they support ranking?
No, we don't know. Don't worry yourself about that. Politicians know how to play the game. They know the way to negotiate. Obi will go and beg them for vote. He won't come and dictate to them. They are the one that will dictate to him. And Obi desperately needs vote.
My brother, if that is how this thing is going to go, look, I'm very ready to pull out.
You're a senior person now. At least you're full.
No.
You're not naive. You're not a naive man now. You're a sophisticated man now.
I want a good country. I want us to do something differently. So if Obi is going there for us to do things the old way, then he shouldn't win. I am saying it here.
If Obi is going to go there, wine in old bottle. It's new wine in old bottle.
No. His ideas are fresh. However, if Obi is going to start making such consensus with people that we know that are terrorizing our women, raping our women, killing people,
can I say something, please?
No.
Let's do it.
Oh no. No, it's not going to happen.
All right, thank you, Joe. So let's hear from you, De Solo, and then for time, I'll just go straight on.
All right, yeah. Thank you very much, because I'm still at work now. I mean, I was just listening to the conversation. It sounds very interesting. I just see them just coming for few minutes. I'm actually coming in because of Jeff, because a lot of people, I think 2 people have tried to explain some stuff to him. And just to let me add my voice also to it too. Jeff, in negotiation, you must also understand what is called giving some, kind of like giving concession. It is like that everywhere, even in a normal relationship with your wife, with your partner, you have your goals, you have what you want. By the time you now sit on the negotiating table, there are some things you have to let go. You say, okay, I can't have it all. I can't have all the 10 naira. Let me just go with 8 naira or go with 6 naira. At least you have made something out of it. Those people are part of Nigeria, and I'm in support of him sitting down with them, hearing them out, and trying to see if what they want tallies with what he has in stock for them. Then at the same time, if it doesn't go with what he is thinking, he can now kind of like present his own solutions, and you talk, you negotiate, and you try to reach an agreement that is to some extent satisfy those people, and you also get what you want. It is all about give and take, and it should go. I'm in support of Peter Obi, so I will encourage him to actually go and sit down with them, because those people are also Nigerians. Whatever we are going through today is as a result of, I don't know, maybe some other people that came from nowhere. We don't know, but he should sit down with them. And maybe those people are also coming out now trying to negotiate, because they are also understanding that with this situation now in Nigeria, their time of impunity is coming to an end. That is a sign of what I'm seeing. So they may actually be interested in lasting solution, because they know that by 2023, no matter who comes to power, that's my own opinion, whether it's P2B or Atiku or Tinubu, at the end of the day, something will definitely change, guarantee. It will not be like the way it was, the way it is now. That's what I think. So they understand that, and they are seeing that sign coming.
All right, thank you.
One man. Let me ask you one question.
All right, go on.
This Mark ban thing you're talking about, who are you the one are you the one that brought up the news, or they are the one that released the communique saying that they wanted to meet?
No, they're the ones. Because I read it out. They says Fulani Herdsmen Fulani Herdsmen sends strong message to Atiku, Tinubu, Peter Obi ahead of 2023 election. So they've sent out a general notice to the political space that we're here and we have needs, and you have to attend to those needs to get our votes. So they're the ones then inviting that, look, our interests must be protected. Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. So to Baba Akure. So Baba Akure, let me come to you.
Let me round up on Baba Adeboye's this thing.
All right.
So the polity is heat up right now. So Baba, as an elderly person, should not get into this dirty politics they play in Nigeria. Politicians are users. They don't care about what happened to you after use you. They will use you and leave you alone with your problem, and they will get on with life. That is what they do. So Baba Adeboye should not get into their dirty politics. He should not make announcement with regard to this Muslim. Baba should just urge members of the church, go and vote for candidate of your choice that you believe can take Nigeria out of this crisis, and don't sell your vote. Simple. And that will close the matter right there. Baba is very diplomatic. Leave them alone with their mess. They don't care. And that's my suggestion. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call one of my friends who is very close to Baba, who is a pastor as well. This is my advice for Baba. Baba should not get into their dirty politics. They are users. They are bad people. They don't care about anybody. So that's my take, one man. Thank you.
All right, brilliant. Well put. So to Baba Akure. So Baba Akure, the space that Ajanle Koko just left, Tinubu met with Pastor E.A. Adeboye. There's no other thing to discuss other than the Muslim ticket, and is inviting that Pastor Adeboye calm down the baying mob. So what do you then think the position of the redeemed pastor should be? Baba Akure?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Like Ajale Koko said, I think Pastor Adeboye should just stay away from the politics, like everybody have said. I think the best thing is to just be in the middle, be on the defense. I mean, on the fence. So you neither there nor here, because Pastor Adeboye has been getting a lot of backlash. Something, maybe his children, one of his children did something wrong, and they have to blame him for that and whatever. So I think it is for his best interest. So the best thing for him to do is to stay in the middle, because all these politicians, like Ajale said, they are all the same. They just deceive you. But well, Pastor Adeboye also, he knows what he wants, because they are all lobbyists as well. They want their business to to grow up, and when they bring in something from abroad, so they want free clearing, they want free concessions and stuff like that. So, but the best thing for him is to just stay away and just be in the middle, and just tell your congregation, vote forever, whoever you want to vote for. However, even if he said that he go along with Tinubu, some people will abide with what he said, while some people will not even abide with it. We have been making noise about the issue of Muslim. Like I said, some Christian will still vote for Tinubu no matter what. It might be that maybe minute of them, I don't see majority of Christians vote for Tinubu, but I still know for sure some of them will still vote for Tinubu. That is the fact. So the best thing for Pastor Adeboye is just be in the middle. Just tell your congregation, vote for whoever you want to vote for. Even if he said, oh, well, you have to vote for Tinubu, like I said, many of them will not even vote based on what we are seeing in Nigeria today. So that is my take on that.
All right, brilliant, Baba Akure. So, Baba Akure, the upcoming election, just because how keenly is being contested, the winning margin for whoever gets to take the prize, the winning margin is likely to be in the hundreds of thousands rather than in the million. So whoever wins will win by X, maybe 500,000, 400,000, 600,000, but it's not going to be 3-4 million. That will be so, just because how tight the race is. So you have a block of votes that commands about 2 to 3 million votes. We're talking about the cattle breeders space. And they're now making demands that their interest as somebody that the contenders now have to line up in their office and come in one by one to tell them then how they are going to protect their interest. So the herdsmen, they come into play in the politics, making demands. How do you think then the leading candidates should negotiate that space, Baba Akure?
Well, thank you very much. I have listened to everybody, listened to Ajan Lekoko, listened to Joel. There is nothing wrong in you making agreement with some group, and like Ajale Koko said, that this group has already distanced themselves from other groups that have been terrorizing Nigeria since all this while. If that's so, to me, I don't see anything wrong in having a conversation with them, knowing fully well that they control a lot of votes. Anywhere in the world, you have lobbyists. They call some people lobbyists. They will come to politicians, they will come to a political party, and they will sit down and they will tell you what they want. In US, you have in US, Canada, you have gun lobbyists. Those who really deal with guns, they will sit down with government. Okay, this is what we want. Then the government will say, okay, well, this is what we can do, and we cannot do this. So that is what we call lobbyists. So I don't see anything wrong in Obi. Go to them and sit down with them, and then have a conversation about what they want, and what Obi cannot do. So they just have to reach that agreement. Then we know, okay, well, if they are going to vote for him or not. Likewise, the same, I'm going to bring the issue of Tinubu to this issue of lobbyists. We have been saying that, okay, Christian, Muslim now, which has been a hot debate within Nigeria space. Tinubu also, he himself is a lobbyist right now. He is I mean, Christian organizations, they are all lobbyists right now. Tinubu can also go to them that say, well, look, I'm not going to persecute you guys. This is what we want for you, and this is what we want for you. Then the Christian organization will say, okay, well, okay, this is what we want. Okay,
I think that's the conversation that is happening with Pastor Adeboye.
Okay, so that is what lobbyists always does. So they sit down and they agree. Okay, well, we go with this, or we are not going to go with this. So to me, I don't see anything wrong in Peter Obi going to those groups and make agreement with them, knowing fully well that, okay, if you make an agreement, a favorable agreement with them, at least you'll be getting to, at least if a million votes you can get from them, and I think that is a lot of votes for Peter Obi. So that is my take on that.
All right, brilliant. So Baba Akure, Alexander joins us, and you know when Alexander joins us, he immediately comes to the front. So Alexander joins us to come to the front. So Alexander, the conversation, I suspect that it is the negotiations with the headsmen that you are particularly keen to share insights on. So to that, Alexander.
I actually want to talk about each and every topic you raised today. The negotiation, right. the negotiation with the herdsmen, the Peter Obi's visitation to Babangida, and Tinubu's negotiations with Adeboye, and I want to make it short and succinct so that Papa Akure can take over his spot. So
all right, kick it off with Peter Obi. Kick it off with the headsmen making demands and how the candidates should negotiate that.
They bring a lot of numbers to the table. So if they want to negotiate, it's only proper for someone who wants to be president of Nigeria and wants to be an inclusive president to speak with these people and find out what they want and see how they can meet halfway. So that's the way I feel about that. I don't think they need to be marginalized. They're Nigerians. They have the voting power. They have the right to vote constitutionally. So there's nothing wrong with anybody. All these political guys sitting down with them and talking to them. I don't have any problem with that. With Adeboye, I think it should stay out of it. I think politics is a dirty game. He's probably the most revered elder statesman from a Christendom, to use Baba Akure's expression, in Nigeria today. So he needs to, he can welcome anybody, but he needs to be neutral. He can't take sides, and he can't let him just pray for everyone that comes to him and wish Nigeria the best. That's the way I see it on that one. And then on the Peter Obi side, I'm a little bit disappointed. The person I hate the most in Nigeria today is Babangida, simply because the country is where it is today because of him, because of his selfish actions. So for him to go meet him, I don't understand why people think they need to go pay homage to Babangida and Obasanjo and all these people before they can win. I don't get that. I don't know why people do that, but I know that as a statesman, I probably can relate to Obasanjo. I can probably relate to maybe one or two people, but Babangida, no. He should be in jail. That man destroyed our country. He should be in jail. And that's why
Alexander, is that not the same political expediency you were describing just when you were talking about the headsmen? You have to hold your nose sometimes and just go in, you know?
No, there's gonna be an exception to the rule per se. Babangida, there's nothing he can do in my eyes that would be pleasing. I'm telling you that right now. He destroyed what was a wonderful country. It was a pride to be Nigerian when I was younger and growing up. It's a joke now. So and this started because of him primarily. So I don't know what he's going to do with Babangida. Babangida, I don't know. I don't know why people go to him. I think he should just be ostracized. He's a useless man. I can't stand the man.
But Alexander, you can never be Nigerian president unless you make two pilgrimage, one to Ota and the other one to Mina. I'm not sure anybody can be Nigerian president.
I don't know about the Babangida one. I don't know. I don't know. Someone needs to convince me that you really need to go sit down with Babangida to have his endorsement to become the next president of Nigeria. So Obasanjo, yes, simply because he's the most respected elder statesman out of Africa in the world. So I can understand that you're going to pay homage to him. You know, my brother did. My senior brother went to pay homage. I have pictures. I can send it to you. So I can understand the Babangida Obasanjo side. Babangida, I don't know. I think he's I think he lost it a long time ago. I think we're living in the past. He doesn't have what it takes anymore. He's still a military boy. He's still the richest man in the world, or top two richest men in the world. He is, after Putin. So from that perspective, yes. Militarily, yes. All the big boys in the military today are Babangida's understudy. So yes, from the military standpoint. Politically, I don't know. The jury's out on that on my part. I don't know. I'm disappointed after Obi. I am.
Do you think Obi visiting Babangida is worse than Muslim ticket?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't have any. Look, I keep on saying this. There's no Yoruba man, name me one, who doesn't have a Muslim in his family. Growing up in Lagos, we celebrated Christmas and Elea. You know, I'm a pure Christian, 100% Christian. I'm a pure Catholic. That's why I went to Catholic school all my life. But having said that, I've been to mosque before. I used to go to mosque at Regent Street to go to watch what they're doing. We don't have a problem in the Southwest. We have relationship with Muslims, and our form of Islam is different from the northern type of Islam. So, but that thing doesn't. If you have two dogs, one Alsatian and a Chihuahua, pardon the analogy, ridden over Nigeria, and they can make it one of the best countries in the world, I'll vote for those dogs. So I don't care. I just need people who would take us back to where we belong, who would end the suffering in the land, who would make Nigeria the pride of the world again as a black nation. Because like someone said on this platform, and rightly so, one of the most important expressions I've heard in my lifetime, if Nigeria gets it right, the black race gets it right. So every black person looks up to Nigeria, and we're the joke right now of the world. So I need us to be able to have administrators who want A, to serve the country, B, to help the citizens live a better life than they are right now. That's what I'm interested in. I'm from the older generation. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm not going to get anything out of it. I just want the upcoming, my children and my grandchildren, I want to look behind for my children and grandchildren a better Nigeria. And we don't have that right now. And that's a shame, because we have all it takes to be one of the greatest countries in the world, be it white, Asian, or black. We have it. So we just don't have the right people to rule the nation. There's people that are just a bunch of thieves. They're coming there to steal. I don't see Peter Obi as someone who wants to. I think he has a good intention. I think he really wants to serve. Is it his time to serve? The jury's out on that. We'll find out in February of 2023. So, but I need to correct Adele Koko's take yesterday, and I think Jafar also corrected it. The presidential election and the gubernatorial election are not going to be held on the same day. They're two different days entirely. So I can see Tinubu struggling to hold on to Lagos if Yoruba people don't come out en masse and they get complacent and they go to watch Big Boy Africa or play football, because my Igbo brothers from the East will come out and vote for Peter Obi on that day. So that's the way I see that. Okay, woman.
All right, brilliant. Thank you, Alexander.
Okay.
So thank you. Let me go from you, Alexander, to Baba Kore. So Baba Kore, I take it you concur somewhat with Alexander's commentaries regarding the Adeboye space.
That is true. I think we're on the same page. Like I said, Baba need to stay clear from politicians just being in the middle, because he aware of what is going on in Nigeria in the last 7 years. So I think he should stay in the middle. If anything, let's say he said, okay, well, you can go and vote for Tinubu, and something go wrong again down the road, they will say, oh yeah, it is Pastor Adeboye tell us to go and vote for Tinubu, and now look at what we get now. So I think all these leaders need to stay in the middle so that they don't just mess themselves up. They just stay in the middle, because we have trusted some people, and what do we get in return? Insecurity. People cannot feed themselves. A lot of things. So I think it is high time for these reputable leaders to stay in the middle. If they come to you, you pray for them, and you do what you have to do, and just forget about campaigning for anybody. So that is my take on that. And I know Alexander will be hearing me, right? When you want to quote that when Nigeria get themselves together, the whole black race will get themselves together, and they were respected, you will say, according to Baba Akure statement, that he always say that whenever Nigeria gets together, even the black Americans, they will be well respected. That is my take on that.
You are taking ownership of that. Copyright.
That is it. I always say that. I always say that right from day one. So,
all right. Thank you, Baba Akure. So Baba Akure takes his crown. So thank you, Baba Akure. As you know, Baba Akure, short session in the afternoon. So let me go on from you, Baba Akure. Let me go to Brown Berry. So Brown Berry, are you ready to go? Okay, all right, brilliant. So Brownberry, good to have you. So the talking points, the Cattle Breeders Association making their demands of the leading candidates, and they have to go and negotiate, of course, because they command a vast swathe of voters. So what are you then making then of the cattle breeders now coming into real politics and inviting the frontline politicians to come and present?
I believe they've always been in politics, but we've not had a good leader that engaged them. You understand? So if you read, when you read the article, I think they spoke about that the candidates will come with a policy, a livestock policy. That's what they said. Okay, I think Peter Obi and all the candidates will go to work right now when it comes to the livestock policy. What is, I mean, they don't need to come to America. They can go to South Africa. What they do there in South Africa when it comes to cattle rearing, goats and piggery. They can go there and go. They can just go there and take just a best. I don't know how to call it. Okay, so this is very easy because these people want a good life as well. Okay, if he goes there and tell them this is what we're gonna do, I don't think he needs to go to them, but he can put it in his manifesto and give them that part for them to read through. And if whatever they don't agree with, they can mark it up as this is what we don't agree. But I don't think there will be anything that they won't really agree for what is going to be good for them. But what I don't want Peter Obi to agree upon is if they want schools to be built in those facilities. Because they have to bring their children to come to school with the children of other people. Okay? Because we cannot have people going to different schools, okay? Because you have to integrate your children with the people in the community. So that I'm not going to agree with them having schools in their in those ranches. Okay, but it is good. It is a good idea because there's $1 billion market industry. So I believe that all local. I mean, the cattle rearing is not for Fulani only. We the Southerners, we are ready to go into this field as well. So I just hope that whoever is coming will be able to convince the local government and the governors to give land. If it's rented, it should be a rented land. Okay, rented land to cattle rearers, whether they are northerners, whether they are southerners, everywhere around, everywhere in Nigeria. And cattle has to be registered because in the Western world, cattle are registered even in South Africa. Okay,
Brownberry, the technology is there for you to, when the cattle are born, you just insert a tag into them that you can use a scanner to scan to know where it was born, who it belongs to, etc., etc. And it's not anything new or expensive. Just tag the cattle. So you know who owns what and where they are from, and then you see them. When they used to go and study marine culture, they will capture a whale, put a tag in it, and then monitor where it swims to. It's not anything new or fantastic.
Yes. And once that is done, cattle can be roasted because there is a tag on it, on his ears, and there's a stamp in his body. Once the stamp is there, even if you kill the cattle and you roast the cattle, that stamp will still be there. The number will still be there. So these are things that are so simple to do, but we need a good government to engage these people. So that's what I see there. I mean, it's a simple thing that I believe that the cattle rearers are also yearning on living on getting a good life as well for their children and for everybody to live in peace in Nigeria.
All right, thank you. And the conversation between Adeboye and Tinubu, what are you looking to see emerge from there?
Adeboye is not going to get involved at all. You remember last time, though he didn't get involved fully, but it was secretly, as in, you can see the body language because he thought, being a pastor from his parish, that things will be different, because the way that people perceived Jonathan at that time, that they were just saying corruption. That was what they were all saying. So he thought, okay, this will be a good change, and damaged him a little bit. I'm telling you, that damaged his image a little bit. I don't think he want to get into that at all. He's not going to get into it, and no matter what Tinubu does, because right now I do believe that Christians are very they are very eager to give a block vote. I'm telling you, and they are eager to give a block vote. I don't think it's going to Tinubu. I can assure you that.
All right, thank you, Brownberry. So thank you, Brownberry. So Brownberry has ever the pressure of time. So let me go on from you, Brownberry, and let me go to let me remove this thing from the screen so I can see people. Let me go to Thomas. So Thomas, you're up next. So Thomas, at the talking points, I'll kick it off then with the conversation with the headsmen.
One man. Good evening, everyone. If anyone in Nigeria said he doesn't need the block vote on the north, that means you are not ready to be the president of Nigeria. You need that block vote in the north. You need it very well. You need it, and if those people that said the cattle rearers, they said they need the vote, the Peter Obi need their vote. You can't get there. No, you are deceiving yourself if you don't have their vote. So if Peter Obi really needs the vote, want to be the president of Nigeria, he has to speak with them, liaise with them as every other candidate.
Sorry, Thomas. Baba Kure, if you are there, can you have a look in the private chat? Somebody is trying to contact you, but carry on, Thomas.
Yeah, so Peter Obi needs the vote from the north. He needs the vote from the north, from the south, from the east. He needs the vote. Every one of them the three leading candidates, Atiku, Tinubu, all of them, they need the block votes. So he's the one that's supposed to be canvassing their votes, telling them what he needs to give them, what he has on the table to offer them. He is not the one that will be dictating for them. They are the one that will be dictating for him for now to get their vote. When he gets to power, he can do otherwise, but for now, he needs their votes to get there. But I was surprised when Joel is saying so he needs their vote or nah. You need their vote, so that you can't do without them. You can't do without them. Even Tinubu knows that. Atiku know. Then everyone know that. And they vote in block vote. Their vote never scattered. If they choose you, they choose you. If they don't want you, they don't want you. So that is just my submission on one man.
All right, and the conversation between Adeboye and what's his name? Between and Tinubu. What are you looking to emerge from there? Do you expect Adeboye to take a position, and is Tinubu right to approach him?
One man, that is the topic I'm really keen to speak about. One man, in my opinion, Baba Adeboye will still want Tinubu to be the president of Nigeria.
Why? Why?
Yes, Baba is a Yoruba man. And if Tinubu became the president of Nigeria, it's still win-win for Redeemed Christian Church and the Baba himself. Tinubu's wife is a pastor in Redeemed. Oshibajo is the vice president of the country. It's still win-win for Baba. Let me take you back a little bit. There was a rumor going on when Baba Adeboye sold his private jet. There are some parking waiver that Goodluck Jonathan gave them when he was there that time. There was a rumor, we don't know whether it's true, but in everything, in any lie, there will be iota of truth. That Goodluck Jonathan waived some parking levy, or I don't know how they normally say it. He waived some parking levy for them to park their private jet in the airport. Maybe they give them some concession.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, take us to where you're going. Yeah.
So give them some concession. But when Buhari came, they didn't give them any concession. They give them the normal parallel fees for everyone. So they said Baba Adeboye and Oyedepo, they were not happy with Buhari because he didn't give them that waiver. So, but if what they said that is true, and Tinubu became the president, maybe they will even tell them to park free. They will not collect any money from them anymore. But I will still say, in my opinion, Tinubu meeting Baba Adeboye endorsing him is still a win-win for Baba Adeboye anytime, any day. Baba Adeboye, Tinubu will still favor Yoruba man, favor Baba Adeboye as a Yoruba man anytime, any day. That is my submission. Atiku can favor Baba more than Tinubu. Peter Obi can favor Baba more than Tinubu. So, to me, in my whole opinion, Baba Adeboye will still want a Yoruba man to become the president of Nigeria. Even his Muslim ticket, but Tinubu winning is still win-win for Baba Adeboye and the Redeemed Christian Church.
I have a question for Thomas.
Yes, please.
So what you are saying now is that what they can benefit for themselves, not what populace really want to benefit, right, from the government.
No, it's still populace at large. It's still populace at large.
No, because you said everything, it is win-win for Pastor Adeboye, so it is not for us.
Well, if you said that, but I don't mean that. So, because what example that I cite now, we don't know how far is true, but it's still win-win for Baba Adeboye. If they can park their aircraft free or they give them some concession, It's still win-win.
Yeah, I know that there's no doubt about what you are saying. I know that
Yes.
they give them concessions. That is,
Yes.
somebody was asking me here that, okay, does Pastor Adeboye has business? I know exactly what I'm talking about, because these people, they always bargain. Either when they want to bring something to the country, maybe the shipment or stuff like that, they always give them concessions in all those things. If you don't know, you better know.
Yes.
So,
So, and there was
so
rumor
Thomas,
that
why must they be giving? Why must they be giving concession? Why must they park there free? When people that are running their jet for business are taxed, they pay fee, and these people that can afford to buy jet, millions of dollars, cannot pay fee. What kind of concession is that? Everybody should pay. If you can buy, if you like, you can buy Lamborghini, and you are saying that you don't have money to buy fuel into that Lamborghini. What's the problem? They should not be giving concession. Why must they be giving concession for what?
But
So
that's what we heard at Dale Koko.
okay.
That when Goodlord was there, they gave we gave some pastors concession. They will still pay, but they will give them some, maybe concession. They will pay a little bit. But when Buhari got there, they stopped everything. So some people allege that is where they are fighting Buhari, even Oyedeko himself. That is allegation. It has not been substantiated, but that is what but one man, I will tell you, Tinubu winning as the president is still win-win for Baba Adeboye. I will tell you that. And Baba Adeboye will not go against Tinubu as a Yoruba man. That is my opinion. The comment section, you can say anything you want. I don't care. My opinion is my opinion. They are beginning to attack me.
You know now.
Yoruba boss.
Once you started talking, you know they will come after you now.
I don't care. So that is my opinion. Everybody have their opinion, one man. That's the still win-win for Baba Adeboye anytime, any day. That is my submission, one man.
All right, brilliant. Well put. So let's go on from you, Thomas, to Joel, who hopefully still with us. Joel, are you there? Okay, let's go from Joel to Saki Fada. So Joel, you are there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Saki. Let's go to Joel. So Joel, let's come to you and the conversation. Pastor Adeboye, he's been put on the spot with this meeting with Tinubu, and however you want to weigh against Thomas, Pastor Adeboye will give consideration to tribe as he gives all of his consideration. So, what is the expectation from Pastor Adeboye? Ajale Koko is recommending that he doesn't say anything. Tinubu is pushing him hard to take a position, and he, of course, he knows that he can sway this particular storyline that people are agitated by. So, how would you recommend that he goes forward, Pastor Adeboye, Joel?
Like I said earlier on, I wouldn't want to overflow this issue. I have said it earlier on. I would just advise him to stay neutral. Don't say anything. Stay neutral, because you see, Nigeria is at a situation that could be violent to anyone that they feel, sold them out. I do not want to see a civil unrest, but going by how Nigeria is going, that election has better be free and fair, because if there's any form of deceit, people will reject it. So I wouldn't want him to be in the middle of that crossfire. So I would just ask him to just stay neutral. Advise everybody generally go vote, right? Let the little other pastors do the job of, be more specific. But from him, Adeboye, I would say he should just let it go. Just be neutral.
All right, brilliant. Well put. So thank you, Joe. So, Joe, for reasons of time, I'm going to hurtle through, and I'm hurtling in the direction of Saki Fada. So, Saki Fada, let me bring you a totally different talking point. This is Reno Mokri. It says, Kwakwanso only threat to PDP, not Tinubu. This is Atiku's ally, and it's Reno Mokri speaking. Let me just give you a quick reminder of what he said. Ahead of the 2023 election, Reno Omokri, a social political activist, has declared that Bola Tinubu, the All Progressives Congress APC presidential candidate, is not a threat to the People's Democratic Party PDP. Omokri said the only threat to PDP's victory in 2023 is Rabiu Kwakwanso of the new Nigeria People's Party NNPP and not Tinubu. In a tweet, Omokri, who is an ally of PDP's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, noted that Tinubu, who could not ensure APC's victory in Osun State, can't pose a threat to PDP's victory. The only threat to PDP is Kwakwanso. Tinubu is going nowhere. A known drug lord who can't win his home state can't win the whole slate. So a play on words there. As for the other deluded fellow, in 8 months' time, he will wake up from his dreams and realize it is a nightmare, he tweeted. So that is Reno Omokri then, insisting that the only contender that they are going to give that they are giving consideration to is Kwakwanso, dismissing Tinubu just on the basis of the loss in Osun State, and categorically disregarded Peter Obi to contend that Kwakwanso is the only player in the field, is the only other player in the field. What are you then making of this, the rationale being presented by the funny man is that guy, anyway, let me not say that. What are you making of his rationale, Saki Fada? Saki. Are you there, Saki?
Saki is not there. Can I speak on it, please?
No.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now. To you, Saki.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to talk about Reno Omokri. You can see why I told you that he's very funny. So he's a very funny human being. How can such a person come and make such analysis, trying to disregard somebody like Tinubu and his worries now is Kwankwaso, who we don't even see as a significant fellow outside the Kanu. So I don't want to bog myself trying to talk about issues about Reno Omokri. I told you last week that he's fast losing relevance. Go to Twitter and understand how people are making him more irrelevant. So you can understand what I mean when I say that he's becoming too funny about this very thing. So obviously he's trying to project Atiku, who he collected a lot of money from, and now he's even losing that media space. And the only thing he could do is just to try to find a little opportunity to try to talk things against certain politicians. So I wouldn't want to take him serious.
Go to Adeboye and his meeting with Tinubu.
Yeah, I stand with Ajen Lekoko. Ajen Lekoko gave sorry to pronounce your name is always difficult for me. So Ajen Lekoko gave a very objective, intelligible, and academic perspective of that analysis. So I'm standing with him. Adebayo should stand neutral at this moment of Nigeria going into collapse. He should just stand neutral. Anything he says now, if he knows that he's not going to talk against Muslim tickets, it pays him more to just stand neutral. Because anything he says now, he will be reduced like the way the Southeastern people have already reduced Mbaka. Mbaka now is suffering for something that he could have avoided. Right now, the Catholic Church his adoration ministry has been closed, shut down for going to 2 months now. And I don't know when it will stop. What I'm hearing now is that the Bishop of Enugu Diocese wants to maybe think about maybe sending him to somewhere like Rome to stay with Pope. So he has to be very careful. Let him not make any mistake of trying to take a stand. He should just be neutral and advise people to vote their conscience. It will pay him better.
All right, and the cattle herdsmen inviting negotiations. How do you think the front runners should to position themselves regarding that cattle breeders narrative?
Yeah, can you hear?
Yes, yes. Carry on.
Yeah, what was your question again?
The Cattle Breeders Association inviting negotiations with the leading presidential candidates.
Yeah, I think they should. It's very good. Those candidates should meet those people, and because they have block votes, so I will encourage P2B to go and meet them and talk with them. But what I want you to know is that people here should not just think that P2B is not making consultations. A lot of things are going underground. He's playing his game. He's making a lot of consultations, which we might not visibly know. It is possible that he's meeting those kind of groups, because you cannot be Nigerian president without soliciting votes from those northern bloc votes. So I will encourage him to go and meet them and, try to negotiate with them, see their demands, and come to a balancing point. That is what I would suggest. I don't want to take your time, one man. So.
All right, brilliant. Well put. So thank you, Saki. It's always a delight to hear from you. So you're not taking time. You are delighting people with your opinion. So thank you, Saki. Let me go on for reasons of time, Taki, from you to Ahizon to round off all the commentary. So Ahizon, are you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so not to Peter Obi, but to the headsmen inviting negotiation, they command, according to their own wisdom, and this is subjective, of course, a mass of 3 to 5 million voters with PVCs. And the elections that is upcoming, the estimation is that it's going to be, the margin of victory is likely to be in 6 figures rather than 7 figures. So every vote counts, and the headsmen come into play. So how are you expecting the front runners to negotiate that space? Aizon?
Yeah, I think they should definitely talk to them. It's a situation where when you have an influential group, I disagree with some of my people that spoke that said they're influential across the North. They're not influential across the North. They're influential primarily within their stronghold, which is the Northwest. In some states, they might have a good base because the governor is in favor of them. But in some other states, they're not as strong, like Benue, for instance. You can't mention Magban in the presence of Otom. That would be an issue. So I think, they definitely have leverage, and they are using their leverage. And the leverage they have is there are 3 top candidates right now. Each one of those candidates would like to have their votes. They can make demands and tell one candidate, look, if you don't agree to our demands, we'll just go to the next person who is ready to agree to them. So they have the leverage to negotiate for what they want. And I think for us in southern Nigeria, this should serve as an example of what the kind of things that we should be doing. Political action groups, groups that can build leverage through economic power should come together, whether it's in the Southwest, where you have market women and those sort of things. They should come together and leverage their power and influence together to go to the national level. Don't just make it
Yes, I'm going.
Don't just make it regional or state. Try to make it federal. Same thing in my part of the country, where you have different types of groups that they should all pull their power together. This is how you make demands and get political influence and get laws passed in your favor. And that's what Magban is doing. And it'll be insane for any candidate right now not to meet with them and figure out how to come up with a plan that benefits their business.
So Tinubu goes to the redemption camp in Lagos Ibadan Expressway to have a meeting with Pastor E.O. Adeboye. No price guessing what the subject matter is, the Muslim ticket, of course, and the meeting was described as fruitful. So what are you then expecting then, the stance that the pastor would take when he straddles the pulpit this Sunday coming?
Who described the meeting as fruitful?
Well, there's
What was-
sources. It's always sources now. Sources.
Okay. Sources from Tinubu's camp, more
Yes,
likely.
yes.
Yeah.
So if there's a rabbit at fruitful, that means they feel they got their way.
Yeah, they feel like okay. But you know, I don't know Pastor E. Adeboye. I've listened to him speak a couple of times. The one thing I'll say is, you know, a lot of these older, wise Nigerian men, they tend to listen more so than speak. They won't say too much in those meetings. I think Tinubu going to meet him and then the media catching wind of it is not good for Pastor Adeboye because it puts him into a position where ordinarily he may not have even said anything about this. But now that Tinubu has gone to see him, it's put him into a position where he almost has to come out with a statement now. You know, especially with Tinubu's sources leaking to the media that it was fruitful. Fruitful will indicate that he will probably come out in support of the Muslim candidacy. I think personally for him, you know, I agree with.
Can he? Sorry, Aizon. Can he douse down the narrative without necessarily endorsing the ticket? Can he douse down the ratcheted up tempo without necessarily endorsing the ticket itself? You know, he has that language that he uses.
Yeah. He's a man of God, right? One man. So, and what does the Bible teach us, right? Peace and getting along with your neighbor. So he, if anything at all, will pull the scriptures and he will say, listen, Nigerians need to live in peace. We need to allow the process take its course. We need to vote our conscience. We need to let things be. Please do not be agitated. If a party picks someone that you don't support, he's going to just try and take that angle. He doesn't have a choice. He has to take that angle. And he's not going to say, you know, I don't even think whether or not Tinubu had seen him, he would have come out and said, oh, you know, we're not going to support this. He's not like Mbaka. Mbaka is more radical, you know.
He's been radical lately. Do you remember he marched at NSAS, Pastor Adeboye?
Yeah, but NSAS is different, right? NSAS is him marching against police brutality, violence against the youth of Nigeria. Sometimes people forget what NSAS was about. NSAS wasn't really about political.
But it was a stance against the Nigerian government, so he put himself on the line there.
Yeah, it was a stance against police brutality, which is a noble cause to stand against. With politics, politics falls into a gray area most of the time, right? So in this situation of Muslim ticket, people can make the argument that we should vote for competency and Nigeria needs to move forward as a progressive country. Therefore, the Muslim ticket should be a non-issue. But others will make the argument that, look, no, our country is a polarized country. Christians have been attacked and murdered. Our people have been. So therefore, this thing here becomes a topic that is very sensitive. In Adeboye's case, there's not a noble stance to take on this. He can't say, as a Christian, as a real Christian, he cannot say, don't vote for a Muslim ticket. He can't. It's not like police brutality. He can't say that. So he has to come out and say, look, pick the right candidate based on your own assessment, and we should find ways to live in peace with our neighbors, whether Christian or Muslim. That's the best he can say, if you really want to go by what he stands by. So I think, you know, with Tinubu seeing him, I think the Tinubu camp is part of their strategy. They put him in a corner where he has to make a comment, and he's not going to make a comment against it. He can't afford to. It goes against his doctrines. So he has to come out and say, okay, look, everyone vote your conscience, but let's vote in peace, no violence. Let's remember that we are one Nigeria, you know, all that crap. So that's what he has to do in that situation.
Go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I wanted to take you somewhere else, but land your thoughts.
No, I'm there.
All right. Reno Mokri taking a stance then. So he comes out to say the only real contention that Atiku has to surmount is Kwakwanso, for reasons that is taking a lot out of the Osun State elections and calling that as a verdict on Tinubu's presidential election, that if you cannot win Osun State, then that tells you that you don't need to look in that direction. Categorically dismissing completely without a fault Peter Obi out of hand as well, and then focusing then that it is only Kwakwanso that is the contender in the election. So what are you then making then of this cross-dressers political opinion? Is there something?
Reno,
Is there something of the Bobrisky about that guy? I'm suspicious about that guy. You know.
yeah, he does have some feminine mannerism,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he does. Well, Reno, there was a time, man, one man where I used to actually listen to Reno, where I thought, this guy is an intelligent guy, and he does have, he's smart. He talks about how he has met world presidents in, I don't know, something like 40 countries. I don't even know whether or not that's true, but he talks a really good game. But recently, I would say recently, within the last 6 to 8 months, Reno has become more of a political guard dog. He's not. His credibility has diminished. Because it's clear what Reno is. Reno is a mouthpiece for the PDP. That's all it is. There's no other.
Is it because of his opposition to Obi that make him not relevant to you anymore, or what are you trying to say?
No. Ajan Ekoko. It's because he focuses on, like, for instance, he called Tinubu a drug dealer, which, by the way, he wasn't a drug dealer. He was a bag man for drug dealers. There's a difference. But he also comes out and then says that Peter Obi is irrelevant and this and that. And the only people that can win is PDP. So, Ajanoko, let me ask you this question. Give me one thing.
He's a PDP member now.
Yeah, exactly.
So
No, but okay. You can be a PDP member, but you can also be analytical about the PDP from an objective standpoint, right? You can make comments.
No, you can't say anything against your party. You have to promote your party. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's doing the right thing.
Yeah,
he's a
Reno
member and he's a leader in PDP. You remember he was a spokesperson for. He was an advisor rather to Jonathan.
Jonathan, yes.
He's committed to PDP cause, and he have to champion PDP all the time.
Exactly, Ajane Koko. That is why he's a political guard dog, and he has lost credibility. Because you cannot rely on someone who's only one-sided to come out and analyze a thing objectively. He is subjectively 100% a PDP stalwart. And he will not say, if these people are competing against the PDP, he cannot say anything positive, even remotely, about Tinubu or about Peter Obi. And the reason why he's actually focusing on those people and criticizing them, Ajan Lekoko, is because he sees them more of a threat than Kwankwaso. Kwankwaso he doesn't see as a threat. So he says, he can win, doesn't worry about him. But those two, he sees them as potential groups that can take votes away from Atiku Abubakar. So he is speaking out against them because he wants to diminish their chances. And you remember, Reno's power, really, because he's not in Nigeria, his power is on the net. So he tries to use that position. I think he has a blue check too. One man, correct me if I'm wrong. But he tries to use that position to influence people. Anything that comes out, Reno immediately, boom, he's making comments. PDP. If you notice, long before the election even started, Reno was protesting in front of Buhari's place in the UK.
Yes, so it was at the lead of the High Commission when and Koike was there too.
Yeah, you see, he has started this work already. And it's unfortunate because someone like him, obviously he's a sharp guy, he can use his position better in a country where we're facing all these challenges. And I wonder how much they pay him for his work, because I can guarantee you he's not doing this for free. Reno is not running around.
No, he's not doing it for free. He's doing it for freedom. He can't come back to Nigeria anymore. So he wants to be able to come back. So he's not doing it. He's doing it for freedom. So if PDP comes here.
But you know what? One man, if Peter Obi wins, Reno can come to Nigeria. Peter Obi will not keep it.
Yes. But if Atiku wins, not only will he be able to come back to Nigeria, he will also secure the bag.
Yeah, he will secure. He might get a position.
Yeah, of course.
They might give him minister or something. But the Reno, this is the thing about Reno. And, it's unfortunate because tomorrow, when this whole thing is passed and Nigeria's new president has been selected, if there's a real issue, right, and Reno comes to speak about it, most people don't believe what he has to say anymore, because they will look at him as someone who is too subjective to be taken seriously. And this is the danger that people take when they become political guard dogs. When you cast your tent with one side and you are perpetually saying things good about that one side, No one will ever take you seriously when a real issue comes up and you're trying to really, even though what you're saying might be true at that point. It's like the boy who cried wolf. No one is going to look at you and say, oh, what he's saying is true. They say this one is a political, is a PDP, whatever. They'll just cast him off. So that's my thing on Reno. There was a time he's a smart guy. You know, a lot of times he makes good points.
Is he actually smart? Because I find him somewhat rehearsed in his smartness. In the same way that I see that Rufai Oseni, who will say to you, according to Laurent Bocaux in 1804 in Paris, you know, is somewhat rehearsed part lines. You know, they irritate me. You know.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of these guys they prep. Right? Like the good thing about your platform, for instance, is you can't prep because you really don't know what is going to be discussed.
You know that I'm waiting to give you. If I say you go, I want to kick your leg. So when you come prepped, then you know that.
Exactly, and you interject with random questions out of left field. So even if one preps, you can't come here, and if you talk too much and you're speaking too much, Ajanle Koko will jump in and slap your head and tell you that you should shut up, that what they're saying is nonsense. So this is a different type of platform. With Renault's case or Rufai's case, they prep, they keep their talking points, they take quotes, they do all these things, and then they go somewhere and then they present themselves. Speaking about Renault and Rufai, I don't know if you saw the debate they had on Arise, which I thought was funny because Rufai cornered him on a point, and Renault immediately started attacking the man. He couldn't defend his point. So he started saying things like, oh, Rufai, you always interrupt people and you never give someone a chance to talk and you're rude on the station. And Rufai was like, can you please just answer the question?
I find him highly strong, Renault Mokri, very wound, very tight. You know, there's just something not quite about that guy, not quite.
Yeah, he's extra. And if you keep, you know, Renault Mokri is an Insecurity man. He's from my state.
It's from you say that's Sapele water again, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't drink and finish. You don't drink Sapele water finish. But the thing is, if you notice, have you ever listened to Amaju Pinnick talk?
No, I don't even know I know that name. My favorite from that side, though, to redeem myself, is Ankoy Briggs or Ankoy.
No, Amaju Pinnick is the head of Nigerian Football Federation. So he is also.
Oh yeah, I know him with a rotund face and a grey beard.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So Amaju Pinnick, if you listen to him speak, you can't finish a sentence in talking to him. Renault Mokri is the same thing. This is kind of a tactic. Yeah, I'm not going to stereotype Insecurities, but it's a tactic, worry, Insecurity type of people. They will argue, even if something is staring at them.
is like that too. Celibies.
No, my sister is not like that too. No, one man, no. Now my sister be that too. Celibi na Rivers woman now.
Right.
One is different, yeah. But those people, you can give them full evidence in black and white in front of them. They will tell you it's a lie. They will argue it. And if you prove them wrong, they'll start attacking you. That's what Renault Mokri does. That's why he's a good guard dog online, because he will be fighting all these people online, throwing jabs back and forth. Say that Peter Obi's people are attacking his family. They threatened his daughter. They want to kill him. This is, I've seen this thing in Warri before. It's not new to me. So when we see Renault Mokri, we start laughing at. We say this one don't collect. They don't collect. You can't talk for line. So one man is the thing about him is he has lost some credibility, unfortunately, in my opinion. You know, and one man, honestly, I think we should discuss that Tinubu Bagman accusation. We haven't analyzed that space.
No, we've analyzed it somewhat. I see sometimes in the comment section that people are pushing it that how come you're not discussing it is because it's your class. Not you, but other voices. I see them doing that a lot. But that narrative, I think we've touched on it severally. And that storyline has been in place since 1999. I think it's actually been tried to resuscitate it. It's been resuscitated rather by some Houdini character.
Yeah, David Houdini.
That purports to be a journalist. So he's trying to rewrite and reword it to represent as new findings. But the narrative essentially was that Tinubu had to submit about $400,000 to the American government then as forfeiture, because they found that there was drug monies being laundered through his account. So it was a I don't know what the legal term is, but it was like a no fault agreement that he arrived at that space. And I'm not quite sure that there's sufficient enough that it's indicting in that narrative. And I know that that narrative has been going since 1999. So is just regorging. But if you want us to discuss it, we can, of course.
Yeah,
Just to yeah.
yeah. The reason why I mentioned is because the guy that wrote the book, I saw his interview on Injenje, and he was stating facts. He actually mentioned the name of the court case, and in the United States, you can go online and pull up court cases, and the indictment is real. It was indicted by the FBI and federal prosecutor. So those guys, they won't waste federal money unless they have a case. So with this guy wanting to become president, it's a space that one should really examine. As a matter of fact, the Udain guy even went as far as to say that Abiola also was involved in the drug business. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, Dangote also, according to a lot of people.
So
and Babangida as well. You know the story.
Babangida. Yeah. So I mean, with all these guys, especially now with Tinubu, this guy writing the book, being in detail, bringing out facts, quoting case law, case documents, all these things. Yeah, I mean, the guy was very, very detailed, and surprisingly, no media outlet in Nigeria, not Arise or anyone else, is even talking about it. To at the very least, if it's a lie, then they should debunk the guy, show that he's a fraud, and kick him out of the comments, which is what they would typically.
But should they though? Because whether it's a lie or not, they will be given they'll be given life rather to a storyline that does not is a negative storyline against their candidates. So whether they debunk it or not, they'll and no matter how much they debunk it, there will still be elements for regions of deep held prejudices. They will still say, no, do am. So it's one of those things that sometimes you just have to let it go. Let him just he's gone through the he has no primary school, and they did that even though and now they've gone to the drugs. They started with his health, and then he's gone to the school start. Now it's with the drugs. So I mean,
well, it has already taken a life on its own. Reno Omokri is already calling him a drug dealer online.
Yes,
so,
of course now.
So
now Reno is now your new friend. I mean, look at this guy.
No. Reno is a clown. Reno is a clown. Me, I don't support him.
You like Reno calling him drug dealer?
No, you hated him just.
But when Reno, when Reno attack, Peter Obi, you will call him clown. You will say, oh,
no. Reno officially, let me go on record. Officially, Reno is a clown. Okay. Now the Tinubu thing, I disagree with him even calling him a drug dealer, because from what Udain wrote, he wasn't a drug dealer. He was a drug launderer. You understand? So he didn't sell the drugs. He helped them clean the money. So Reno is even incorrect in that. So, but I think the point is that Reno. This thing has already taken a life.
I mean, if you feel it will generate traffic, I'm happy to do it. I'm just there for the traffic.
It will generate traffic because my Una brothers, they will come here to make the point.
They say
that
that is why P to B. That is why P to B. Oh my goodness.
My Una brothers will come and make the point that he's a criminal.
Good. All right, thank you, Aizo.
So
let me read out this guy's super chat. I don't know what tickles me the most. Certainly not the super chat, is the name. I think this guy borrowed this name from Pornhub. So Johnny Pumping is what he calls himself, Johnny Pumping. So Johnny Pumping says, religion is the biggest problem in Nigeria. So thank you for the super chat, Johnny Pumping, but I don't think anybody is disputing that with you, Johnny Pumping. Religion is the biggest problem in Nigeria, says Johnny Pumping, who, by my suspicion, got that name of Pornhub. So thank you, Johnny Pumping and everybody that's come up. A really delightful. I'm, one of the more delightful ones is the afternoon sessions. It's shorter, and I think people are just waking up, so they're still in gear before they've gone to the bar to attack whiskey. So you get more sense out of the earlier session. So thank you, gentlemen. One and all. So I leave it here. Carry the conversation on within the comment section. It's baking hot in the UK, by the way. It's baking hot. But here, I say peace. Thank you, everyone.